Hello, and welcome to Casting Roles, a persistent D&D campaign played by a bunch of theater nerds. Thank you for joining us. If you're liking the show, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And if you want to find us on social media, we're on Twitter at Casting Roles, and on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Casting Roles ILM. Our videos are uploaded on our YouTube channel every Friday. And we'll go ahead and start the show. So ticket takers, after it's been like 2.5 days. I don't even think it's been, no, it hasn't even been. You haven't gone to sleep yet.
After a short stay.
After a short stay in Nuevia, you are now on the cusp of heading off on your excursion towards Azulore with dreams of a dragon, drawing Marlowe, threats of some kind of secret power or ultimate weapon or knowledge or something that Ahriman is seeking within the city of Azulore. But with some final threads to wrap up here in the city, you have spent time dealing with family issues, dealing with societal issues, dealing with political issues, dealing with deaths and interpersonal relationships. And it has been quite a eventful 48 hours. So ticket takers, as we pick up here, I think the last thing you all were doing was getting drunk, which is pretty par for the course. So as we head into the second night of your stay, anything that you wanted to accomplish before you all went to sleep?
I'm a little nervous, y'all. This is like that sports episode right before the anime just like kills off half the cast.
That is not the vibe. We're going to Azulore, which is like
we got time before we.
Yeah.
We're going to a library place.
Azulore, when we're in front of the dragon,
there's a dragon that likes us in Azulore.
It's
if
true.
anything, we're going
How
to
funny would it be
place.
if that was Josh's long con the whole time? Is that dragon is so fucking evil, and now that
He's the real big bad. He just wants you to wake him up.
I don't think he's going to be excited about his kid's soul being in something we have, but I don't know if we know that.
Abel knows kill us.
Well, do we have to tell him?
Bad time.
I think he might know, but anyway. I rolled, I believe at the end of the last session, I rolled a wisdom save to not message Yorian while drunk, and then we failed it. So
yes.
I think me and Bolton sent him a message.
Okay.
Did he respond to that?
What was the message that you sent?
Hold on.
Because
I
you
sent it to you.
sent
I'll
me
read
the
it- I'll read
message,
it
but
in
what was the message that you
Let me
sent?
read it in character.
Yeah, and Bolton's like right there with you as you're sending it.
Like you
Because
have it
we
on
think this is a good
your
idea.
phone and you're like putting it right next to
Except
it.
that's not how it works at all. He thinks it does. Yeah.
And I had to use my first time using my 6th level spell slot to send.
No.
Just to Yorian. How iconic.
It is. Hey, Bolton.
Yeah, fuck you, Bolton.
That you're a bad spy partner. And also, if you're on a ship, does that automatically make you a sailor?
It does. Agree with me.
And it cuts off at that.
Okay, what did he say?
Oh, hold on. He's got to respond. He might not
Okay,
respond.
I mean it's late at night. We'll see.
I might
So,
think he will respond. It's
all right.
a very
So well,
pertinent
let's.
question.
Okay, he could not resist. So a moment later, you hear the voice of Yorian come through. Well, it's good to see that you haven't lost your sense of humor. Of course you're a sailor if you're on a ship, Jared, and that's totally logical.
He said that the
that was a dramatic pause.
There's a pause and
He's
Bolton, and I'm like, he said that sailing does not mean I blatantly lied to Bolton while drunk.
Go ahead and make a deception check with disadvantage because you are drunk.
Does that mean Bolton's perception is at disadvantage?
Yes,
as well?
absolutely. It wouldn't matter. I rolled a natural 1 and a natural 3.
Oh Well, I rolled a 19, so I'm crazy
Okay.
convincing, even though I rolled
Yeah,
badly.
he said, yeah. So while you were
That's bad.
talking, there was another portion of the message that came through that you didn't even pay attention to because it was just, like there. It was nothing important. It was
Okay.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, sure it wasn't anything important, Josh.
No,
For
it wasn't.
sure.
But Bolton goes, yeah, see that? You're agreeing with Yorian again.
Ew, God, don't say that. Gross.
Uh-huh.
You can't get the straw that's full.
That was completely purposeful.
And I'm sure after that, if Mars around, at some point we'll probably head back to the room.
Okay.
Oh, will we?
Oh, will we? Well, I give you the look. And then
I'll
I'm
give
like,
you
well,
the look.
alright, I'm going back to the room.
Okay.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
It's Asira here.
Is Asira is Ominira here?
Ominira.
I believe that Abel would have brought Ominira.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Ominira is just standing awkwardly in the corner. At some point, a very drunk Anzel handed Ominira a drink, and Ominira is just holding it like this.
So cute.
But Ominira is in the room, yeah.
Cool. I'm going to look at Anzel and then leave the room.
Anzel is gonna walks up to Ominira. Did you see that? That was a look. And Ominira is like, she did in fact look your direction.
And Mars like fucking panicking, getting out of this room, hating everything that's happening.
And then Anzel's like, all right, and just taps Ominira on the shoulder and doesn't follow directly behind you, but
Right,
definitely
yeah,
does the full the 10-step behind. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Cool. And I just want to talk to you, Anzel. So if I could just repeat that real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Basically, I want to just kind of be like, hey. So
Hey.
how's Nuavia been for you?
Well, we've been kind of busy. Helping retrofit the establishment here for Alora's forge, killing dragon things, bringing Bolton back to life. It's been quite an adventure.
Yeah. So could you do me a favor?
Yes.
Not like that kind of favor.
Oh.
You know that kid, Vicus? I'm trying to put together a support squad for this kid.
Where can I pencil you in on the timesheet?
I'm really worried. He's going through a lot right now, and I'm gonna leave, and I'm just thinking a lot about, I don't know, if he could, you don't have to be friends with him, but if you could just, I don't know, be a nice presence in his life. I don't know. Like my kid, I think I'm asking.
Well, Marlo, I would like you to know that I'm a corrupting influence.
He needs that.
Perfect. Then I would love to.
For him. I think
Yes.
he actually needs,
Sneak him out of the palace and take him down to the burlesque or
please.
something.
He needs something like that. He's got to get out of the house.
Well, I'll get Alora to come along too. She needs to get out of here as well.
Yes.
Wait,
yes.
would that be a little weird to have them in the same, place?
No,
at the same
I'm
time?
trying to get not like that, but I'm trying to make that a friendship. I'm trying to make the kids get along.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not very good at making people get along, but I'm very, very good at corrupting them. So happy
I
to
believe
do
that
so.
you can force them to be in the same place at the same time.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. This is very important to me.
She
I cannot stress how much I am invested in this trial.
she goes to chink a glass with you, whether you're holding one or not.
I don't have one, so I
She
just
goes
kind of
to chink it.
bumper awkwardly. Yeah, and then I will hang out with Ansel.
Okay. So you and Enzel spend the evening together.
Mhm.
All right.
I have a question for Omenir.
Okay. She's just standing with the drink.
You are a light forged,
That is my designation, yes.
which means you were made with a soul.
Well, a simple answer would be that I was constructed with the power of light forge artificing, which is a unique form of artificing created by Praetor Yokuzi, which allows the solidification of hard light and the channeling of the energy of Belanor, the god of the sun. But in the action, somehow Yokuzi created a soul by channeling that energy.
So you're not one that came from someone else.
Oh, no. My soul is not borrowed like yours.
Good. I'm very happy to hear that, actually. Thank you.
Are you unhappy with your soul?
No, I like having it, but I have a feeling the person who gave it wasn't asked.
That is very possible.
There are certain people I would give mine for, and certain ones I would not. But it would be nice to be asked if it ever came about.
Well, I am not supposed to do these, but I have some of Yakuzi's writing that was tied to the work that Ariman was doing within the search for divine rebus. I could access that material.
I would appreciate that.
Don't tell Abel? Or tell Abel. I'm not sure.
I think I might have to mention it to Abel. Otherwise, we'll have to go out and get ice again.
Okay,
But I will make him understand that I did ask.
there isn't much. Ariman was very close to the chest with much of his research, but he did reach out to Yakuzi with a few questions. Most of them pertained to whether or not a divine rebus needed to necessarily contain both light and dark elements naturally, or if it could be forced. He had apparently tried such a thing with combining simply a fiend and a more celestial origin, which is, I think, a practice that has been well perfected among the people of Azulore. But Yakuzi's suggestion was if one of them was already pure, or all of them was already evil, but also mortal, that it may work. And the last that he heard, that there was a... What is the word? One touched by the divine, but mortal. An Asimar, who had been in the servitude of Ariman, who gave his life for the work. My guess, Soris, is that that would be the soul that rests within you.
That would make sense.
So, your soul is something of great light and brightness, but you were, of course, corrupted by the presence of a shadow creature.
An interesting conundrum, is it not?
I don't think that makes you very different than any other man who walks this planet.
Interesting.
Am I being
Very
too
observant.
forward?
No.
I do not have an emotional drive, but it is very difficult for me to understand the appropriate responses in certain situations.
I, for one, appreciate your perspective
You are very
And-
sweet.
and your honesty. Logic makes sense to me.
Oh, that is all I am.
Then we shall get along famously.
She nods and then like cheerses you because she's seen people do that with classes.
And I head off.
All right. Anyone else for this evening? Kaimana, Abel?
Kaimana is going to study the stone a little more.
Okay. So you kind of like, do you like go out the balcony or do you go back to the room? Where do you go?
I'll go back to the room.
All right. So Kaimana dips away towards the room and kind of finds a quiet space to focus and work. Go ahead and try something new. So you've done survival and nature.
Mhm.
So insight, wisdom, something like that.
We'll try insight.
Go ahead and make an insight check with advantage because you've connected with the stone before.
19.
All right, 19. So you kind of take the stone out of your pocket again, and you're sitting there kind of focusing the energies. And insight's an interesting thing because you're trying to read the mind of something, and this stone doesn't necessarily have a mind, but it does have an essence of one. And so a moment you're kind of focusing, and you don't feel like you're getting anything out of it. But then the black stone, which is blacker than black can be, it's almost like the Vanta black, like all light is absorbed in it. It just seems like this absence in space. Suddenly begins to fill your entire vision. And you feel yourself almost as if you are dripping into the stone itself. When you open your eyes, you find yourself back in that small graveyard. Not the large, expansive one that was created because of the energies of the subversion, but the small one. And instead of the towering energy form of Caiaphas, next to you, you see a wise and old grayish green-skinned orc, tall 7 feet, wearing the traditional garb that you recognize from previously having met one of them, the Barrowmoors. And he is quietly standing over a grave, performing a ritual rite on the grave. And he kind of looks up and makes eye contact with you. You're not supposed to be here.
Why not?
It is not your time yet, little otter.
Who are you?
I have many names. But the one that was given to me by people such as yourself is Caiaphas.
I'm going to kind of think back to my experience before.
Okay.
It's hard what you do, isn't it?
Yes. One can't imagine that the sheep always appreciate the shepherd.
I do. And then I'm going to walk forward and I'm going to hug him.
Okay. All right. So he kind of stiffly kind of feels you. I mean, Kaimana probably waist height. So
Yeah, I mean, his legs, I guess.
yeah, like you wrapping around his leg. And there's like this moment where his hand just kind of like falls down onto your back. That's the first time. And you feel this energy shoot through the hand into your body. How did you know?
Because I get scared sometimes.
Is it fear that I feel?
Not of anything mortal, but of being alone.
Isn't it sad for a god to be alone?
Well, you're not.
His shape kind of jagged and shimmers in much the way it did before. And you hear a sound drifting from the ethereal darkness around you somewhere. And it's the first time you've ever looked out and you realize like this plot of green, beautiful cemetery landscape is floating in a void of nothingness. And you start to hear this sound. It almost sounds like talking, but it's like the gibbering of many voices. And all of them are voices of anger and rage and fear and frustration. And they begin to swarm into this space. And he kind of looks at it. It's happening again. You haven't much time.
I'll help you when I can.
Then I will help you by sending you away. And he touches your chest and you feel yourself shoot backwards, almost out of the stone, and you reconnect into the space. But you feel that energy that he passed into you kind of coursing through your body, as if the power of that balance between life and death is now stronger within you. For gameplay purposes, Kaimana, Cure Wounds, Wither and Bloom, and Blight can now be cast one level higher without expending a higher level spell slot, as you are gifted with an essence of the God of Death.
I'm going to keep this to myself.
Okay.
Even the God of Death was like, please heal the party. Hey, idiot, please heal the party.
And you do notice, kind of like as you're setting the stone down, that just like around the tips of your paws, just a little bit more gray hair.
I'm going to go check on my friends.
Okay. So you kind of trudge back. I feel like Jury and Abel are the only ones left in the room, or did Saurus return as well?
I went to the Reggie room, back to our room.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And I'm drunk as hell, and I'm laying in bed.
So come on, you come outside and you see Juridan. He's drunkenly making his way back to his bed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him a glass of water.
I don't want that. It's not alcohol.
You should hydrate.
And
You'll have a bad time in the morning if you don't drink a glass of water.
okay, you should probably listen to the druid and I'll drink the water. This is boring. Now sit in bed.
I'll pat him on the way in. I'll make sure he gets to bed.
Thank you.
I'll get a bucket in there.
Bucket and a
Bring
mop.
me a bucket.
All right. So tucking Juridan into bed. All right. Abel, what are you doing with your evening?
I guess at this I'm just hanging out, working the room, and everyone's slowly trickling out. It's probably just chit-chatting with Azulore there.
Mhm.
Oh,
It is her room, so
Yeah, we're gonna
Azulore, I mean, I don't know if she like scurried off somewhere.
no.
That slick Marlowe might have. I'm kidding.
Her little sister figure.
No. What the fuck?
No. There was a time where Abel was concerned that Marlowe was trying to put the moves on his friend, but That has passed now.
As a kid.
She's an adult.
She's 18. Yeah.
You know, she's
the same age as Abel.
Yeah.
A child.
A child. But yeah, Laura's there.
Chatting with Alyria and Jiren. Exchanged funny stories and whatnot. Tell Jiren about the time I tried to make a pair of wing boots way before I was qualified, and accidentally, like the propulsion mechanism, I put 2 right propulsion mechanisms on there, so I just spun around in a circle for like 30 minutes before Laura came and saved me.
The real funny part of that story was I was there the whole time. I was just hiding and was watching it all.
It was 30 minutes of horror.
It was 30 minutes of absolute enjoyment. You weren't in danger. I had learned how to cure people by that point.
With friends like you who needs enemies. So.
And Jiren's like, well, I mean, that's really not a terrible story. You could have broken your neck, I suppose.
Well, at least she could have healed me.
Oh, I didn't have Revivify yet.
There are a million times where I could have killed myself, and if it weren't for me moving quickly, it probably would have left this world long ago.
Which is really quite impressive because you're not exactly fast.
But I am dexterous.
At the right moment, I suppose.
Yeah, so just sit around and chit chat for a while and tell some stories to Amanira.
Okay. Amanira kind of walks over and just listens. All right. Anything else for the evening from anyone?
No.
I'm Abel's still somewhere I can find him, right?
He's still in Alora's chambers.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't intrude on someone else's room.
Well, I mean, it's where you were all drinking.
there.
Yeah.
Right.
Back.
Okay.
2 rooms.
Yeah, no, I'll go talk to Abel.
Okay, so you find him and Jiren and Alyria and Ominira kind of just sitting around talking. They're the only ones left. Bolton has long gone to sleep or just collapsed in his room. Enzel is gone.
Poor Bolton.
Everyone else is kind of headed away.
Hi, Abel.
Oh, come on, what is going on? How was your night so far?
I was pretty uneventful.
It's been a lot going on lately, so I guess uneventful is a good alternative.
It's a nice change of pace.
Precisely. What can we help you with?
Well, I just feel like we haven't had a talk in a while. I just wanted to make sure you were doing okay.
That is why I love you so much, Kaimon. You are so thoughtful. You keep us human. Can I ask, do I notice him graying?
Yes.
I guess that's kind of metagaming to ask that, but
No, but I mean, I think like Abel is aware enough of his surroundings that he would have seen the grayness in Kaimana's kind of like mustache and on his hands.
okay. Do I have to roll for anything, or we just?
No, it's not like it's enough. It's like when you look back at pictures of a dog from like 4 years ago and like there's none of that gray, but now you like are looking at your current dog and you're like, oh, she's got so much gray around her nose.
That's not true. She's not gray at all.
I'm not talking about Sally.
Okay. Kaimana, are you okay? You look very different, even from earlier this morning.
Alyria gently puts a hand on you, Abel. Doesn't stop you, but just puts a hand on your arm.
How do you mean?
You just look more distinguished,
Oh, thank you.
but maybe a bit tired as well.
Well, we had a really long week.
We did have a very long week. A lot has happened, and there's a lot that we still have to try and figure out. I just
Thanks for asking. I appreciate it.
make sure you're taking care of yourself as well. Come on.
Oh yeah, don't you worry about me.
You spend a lot of time taking care of us, and sometimes the caretakers, they don't stop to assess their own needs.
Well, I hate to say it, but we're ticket takers first and caretakers second.
We should put that on a card or something. That's very true.
It's our side business.
I like that. Well, would you like another drink? Or?
I think I might have had enough, but I'll drink some water.
Oh. We'll pour you some water and we can catch up.
Yeah. As you're pouring the water, like Omanira leans over Abel. He seems rather small for a 17-year-old, Otto.
Well, we don't want to point out the fact that he's lacking in height, Omanira. Sometimes it'd be kind of rude.
The part of it that hits you is that she assumes he's 17.
Is he 17?
We think he's 12.
He's 12.
Oh. And why would you assume that he was 17?
Well, his general overall haleness, the color out of his fur.
Come on, can I ask you a question?
Wait, yeah. I'm leader of the ticket takers. I am always here. And my door is always open.
Does your species respond to stress in a different way than others might?
You know, I'm not really as well versed in the world as I should be, so really I just know how we handle stress.
How is that?
I tend to eat a lot.
Okay.
I think I've been keeping my weight down.
You look amazing. You are in really good shape.
Alyria is like, well, we tend to drink a lot.
Oh, I always do that. That's not if I'm stressed or not.
Oh.
I should probably cut back.
Well, you only live once.
True.
Yeah. The only reason why I ask is Omanir has made a comment and it's just made me a bit curious. I hope that all this adventuring is not wearing too heavy on you.
I think I kind of need a week or two. But maybe after that I'll be good. We just kind of been going 110% for a long time now.
That's true. Can I say this? We have a tendency of keeping secrets from each other. And I am the first to say that I have been guilty. But if there's something going on and we have a chance to help you, will you let us?
Kamada starts to tear up a little bit.
Oh.
And
I slide down closer to him, take his little paw.
Abel, I'm sorry. It was weeks ago, but you weren't in the room, and you had a shiny in your bag, and I took it out and I played with it, and it broke, and I didn't mean to break it. I knew it was yours. I shouldn't have taken it, but I couldn't help myself. I'm trying to be better about not taking shiny
Don't worry
things.
about it. I'm pretty sure whatever damage you did, we can figure out how to fix it. If that's what's weighing heavy on your heart, then you consider it completely forgiven.
It's okay.
It is completely okay. Here, drink your water. Drink your water. I'll just.
Alyria says, come on. I was raised with the burden of potential leadership always at my back. And it's taken me quite a while to get to this point, and I had some very wise words spoken to me by someone that I love, who said that just because you're a leader doesn't mean you shouldn't give a shit about yourself.
I think that is very good advice. Not really eloquently spoken, but...
Well, I think I improvised a little bit.
Sounds familiar.
Yes, I believe that we share an acquaintance.
I know a lot of people. Thank you.
Thank you, Kamana, for being honest. Do you know which thing you broke, though? Out of curiosity. It's fine. I'll figure it out.
It wasn't the elephant, and it wasn't the spider.
You broke a nun? Okay, well, you did not break a nun. Okay.
Might explain why Firebolt hasn't been working.
Ooh.
Have a little project in the morning to try and fix that. Okay, all right. Thank you, Kamana, again. I appreciate you.
Are you doing okay with your dad?
There are a lot of emotions around what's happened in Nuevia, and I know that everything will be okay.
I just know that if it was my homeland, I'd be freaking out.
To be honest, I was considering whether or not I would actually leave with you all. I feel like I could do a lot of good here to help rebuild and protect my family. But I must stay focused, and the entire reason why I left Nuevia was to build myself into something that, in the long run, would benefit Nuevia. And staying here, while the world is in danger, will not accomplish that. So I am torn, but I think if I stay focused, I know what is the right thing to do.
Well, your mom's real tough.
As long as she is around, I am positive I don't have anything to worry about back home.
I think you're right.
When are we going to meet your family?
Soon, I hope. I think you'd like my mom.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she a lot like you?
No.
No. I like you, and even if she's not like you, I'm pretty sure we'd get along pretty well.
But she's way bigger than I am.
Really?
She's very tall.
Is most of your family larger than you?
Yeah, most of them. Maybe. I gotta be taller than somebody.
There's someone out there, I'm sure. Little Saurus, you?
Yes,
Taller
I'm taller than Little Saurus. I'm taller than a Nazi.
Very much. Marlowe's little friend, the squirrel that still stinks.
The what?
The squirrel. Is it a squirrel, right? It's a squirrel.
Yeah.
What's his name?
What is his name?
What's his name?
Abel knows his name.
I know his name.
Literally yesterday, Ronnie goes, "Who's this thistle?" in like his notes. He's like, "What is this thistle in my notes?"
Wow, forgetting the most iconic IP. Wow.
Even I remembered Thistle, and I don't remember
does.
anybody's name.
Catacalypse.
No,
It's funny because
Denzel
I think I said this. I made Ace name that character because I said, "Hey, I'm making a pet on Stardew Valley. What do I name it?" And you said Thistle, and I was like, "Cool."
I think I said Thistle's a weird name for a dog. That's why I like it.
Yeah,
And then-
and I was like,
No.
"Cool." It's even weirder for a squirrel.
Yeah.
No.
That's at the thistle you get the thorns.
So Abel remembers his name. He's just a bit bitter about that platinum that went missing. And then the squirrel fur he found in his money pouch that could only indicate one thief. So, yeah.
Possibly two.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true too. Kamana would never.
No, you would. But yeah, the two, I will do a smash cut. The two passed away the night, idyllically chatting before going to bed.
Nice. All right. Saurus, do you do anything before you go to sleep?
No, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow.
Okay, cool. All right. So eventually, sleep takes all of the ticket takers into its kind embrace. And it is late, and so you do sleep in a little bit in the morning to get your full rest, but you do get a long rest. So all of those spent sending spell slots get returned to you.
I'm just stupid stuff. Thank you.
All right.
Long rest.
You gave me a magic item that gives me fireball.
Dude,
and then fireball is one of my always prepared spells.
Yes, but it's only if the ring is on red, and you have not. You haven't taken the ring off. You gave
me some pretty good, I guess, not buffs, but what do they say in gaming? If it's
that's not good.
I don't know.
Whatever. You gave me some good.
Yeah, but you haven't taken the ring. It's been on blue the entire time you've had it.
I haven't rolled it.
Yeah.
What do we need con save wise if we were?
Everyone needs a con save.
I got an 11.
Yep, and you are okay.
Okay.
You're feeling a little hungover. I don't know how much did you drink last night, Saurus?
Not that much.
So you're okay. Kaimana for sure.
I rolled a 25 if I'm in there.
Oh my
You're
God.
good.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
I drank a lot of water.
20.
Natural 20, you're
Nice.
good.
I got a
Let's see.
17.
17, you're good as well.
Oh wait, no, I'm.
You're
Yeah,
immune to poison, right?
I'm immune to poison now.
You get drunk?
Nice.
I think you get drunk, it just doesn't fuck you up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. All right.
Good.
Jordan, I need you to roll
Yes.
a D10 for me, please.
Okay, that's interesting.
Well, it hasn't been a new day in a while.
Oh, I got a 4.
Okay.
It's not me.
Just because we're flying through the sky.
No, it's probably my
Okay.
magic.
Hungover?
So-
Wild magic, baby.
You feel a little like you wake up this morning, and while you are still kind of racked with the slight hangover of the night before, you feel a little less chaotic than you usually do.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A new start.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I wonder what that's like.
How's it really gonna be your city?
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I got a good feeling about this.
The ball is rolling up the hill.
Oh, the ball is rolling up. The hill. Yeah, I'm just gonna get up and chill with everyone.
Okay, so you all arise and find each other surprisingly in good shape, considering the night of drinking that you had. Mm-hmm.
Telling you, got him to hydrate. Made
Yeah,
all the
I was about to say it was that water Kaimana gave me right before bed.
You woke up and you're like,
Um,
fuck, he was right.
Are you back yet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I snuck back in.
of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
Before you guys even woke up.
All right, team meeting, team discussion of things
Sure.
over breakfast. We have breakfast here and discuss.
Everything's better with bacon.
Sure. Okay, firstly, I'm gonna ask them to pick up Nairoy to bring here as part of the bringing to people to Nuevia favor. So that's 2's on my end. Who else are we bringing? I think Source.
Can you
Yep.
do me a favor and message someone real quick?
Yeah, sure.
I believe I've gotten you to send to this friend before. I can't remember in canon if it was you or
Is
someone
that the one
else.
you? Is that the one you swore at?
Yes.
Yeah, it was me.
Okay. So same one.
Okay.
Yes, I.
Is this the one you did the questionable thing with that got mad at you about?
What the fuck are you talking about?
The one you sent the thing with?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Okay. Just say, hey bitch, if you want a safe spot, an airship can come and take you to Nuevia.
Alright.
Okay.
Say yes if you want that. Fuck off if you don't. From Ma.
Alright. I'm gonna start with from Mar instead, and then say, "Hey, bitch," and then repeat the rest of the message, and then fuck off if you don't.
All right. The message comes back a moment later. I'm pretty good about keeping tabs on myself. Fuck off, then.
She also told you to fuck off.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. I just felt obligated to fucking ask, and I don't know why I bother.
Well, that's my
You
first
have a
sending
good
of the
heart,
day.
Marlo. That's fine.
Thank you, Abel. That's really sweet.
I'm just glad she's still alive with that thing on her.
She's like a cockroach.
I'm gonna tell Amanda you said that.
Are you friends with this person?
You know when you love someone so much, you kind of wish they were dead sometimes.
No.
Jury had
If anybody gets that, it's gonna
Jury
be
had no. Wait, hold on. Based on yesterday's events.
I just, sibling stuff, I guess.
My only sibling is kind of like you, and you're pretty good.
Yeah, you're a way cooler sibling. Like you didn't have much competition, but way up there.
Yeah, fuck that person who I don't know.
Her name's Eris.
Oh, Eris.
Yeah, she I was raised with her, with Maya.
Okay. Learning so much these days.
It sucks, and I hope you never have the misfortune of meeting her. She's kind of great, but she is the worst.
Was Eris before Jury?
Well, no, I don't think we ever met.
Yes.
Okay.
But none of you have met Eris, because it was when Marlo went off to Anarvir by herself.
I thought we discussed Eris.
We went to Feldspar.
We talked
Yeah.
about Eris, but we didn't talk about who she was
Yeah.
or anything. It was talking about the stones.
Yes.
And then I was like, why would you give someone a stone?
so Jury had been in the campaign for canonically, I think a couple
Like
days
a week
when
or
I
something?
Yeah,
bounced
a couple
off to
days, yeah.
Anarvir, so,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And that's where Eris first showed up
Yep.
in the game.
Mhm.
All right. Is anyone else bringing anyone to here so I can tell them all the people?
We want to see if Iris and Phileas want to come.
Iris is safe where she is right now. I don't think she should go. Well, I mean, mostly safe, but I don't. I look at Abel and I'm like, I mean, that's more on asking Abel if he wants the leader of Vox Populi in his city.
That's really up to the sovereign of Nuevia to decide whether
Revolutionary?
the leader of an open revolt against the nobility. That might be a bit sticky.
I think Nuevia's maybe already got a lot of political stuff to play out right now.
I don't think we should.
Mar thinks about what the queen told her yesterday that no one else knows.
Yeah.
And it's just
Iris, from what I know, is in the desert and safe right now. So,
Yeah. And it might be sort of awkward to have the king of Alyria and then the leader of the open revolt.
I don't know if she's friendly
Against
with
the monarchy,
this sect of the rogues.
on the same floating island. It might be a little awkward.
I don't know if we can do that to Bolton again. I don't think he can handle it.
Wait a minute. That's
Okay, that is a fair observation. I had not considered that viewpoint. The man did just get brought back from the dead. We don't need to kill him.
No.
I think his heart can't take that one.
Especially after drinking last night that much.
Oh god.
I hope he's okay. Okay, so we got. So you wanted to bring Jane, right? So Jane
And Menorah.
Okay, Menorah, if she wants to come. I don't know where she is.
She's back in.
She's in Broadfield.
Okay. So take a few.
Yeah.
So those two, them, and I like nod to Mar knowing your thing. And then I don't know if you want to say it in front of everyone, so I just like nod at you.
I'm gonna bring my parents maybe. So.
Wow.
Yep.
It's gonna be like a cruise.
Plenty of room, yes.
Yeah. I guess so. I don't know. I mean, maybe they won't want to. I don't know. I'll.
Oh.
Jury, we can go talk to the.
Yeah. I figured we'd tell them everyone we were taking, and then Kaimon, are you bringing anyone?
I would like to visit my home on the way there, if it's possible.
On the way to Azulore? How about on the way back?
I just kind of want to make sure everybody's fine.
Why could, we could send notice to them. We're just on a timetable with Azulore.
Okay, yeah, no, we'll just go to Azulore.
But on the way back, let's make that a priority, okay?
Yes.
Absolutely, I agree. Especially since didn't the Queen mention Kaimana's family?
Yeah, we got to
Yes.
do this for them to protect Kaimana's family. So I think once we get this wrapped, we should go make sure that they upheld that bargain,
Yeah,
and any Tidewaters who are sitting close by are gone.
Yeah,
I think is maybe a good way to play that.
From putting all the pieces together, Marlo, you also know that if reports are to be believed, the Tidewaters have all left the Vanishing Isles, so any of the threat that was on Kaimana's people is currently waylaid by whatever they're up to heading towards the Blight.
I will share this information with the group because I can't remember who knows that and who doesn't. So.
Yeah, I can't remember who's
Yeah,
around.
And I will note that I was like, definitely should. We'll still go check on them, but
Yeah.
Kaimana, just so you know, I think that they are not in perhaps as pressing immediate danger as they once were.
Well, that's good news.
For sure.
We should probably stock up on food, though. We're going to have more people on the ship.
Who on the ship?
Oh, they're coming to Nuevia. Never mind.
Who's coming where? Yeah, no, they're going to send a separate airship to go get those.
Believe
Yeah.
Amanera eats, so we should be okay.
I turn around and notice Omniger's here. Oh god.
Always.
Yeah. Oh.
She moves in silence.
I
Do
feel
you
like
need
Omniger.
Oil?
No. My design does not require oil.
Okay.
I do need to power off every evening for around 8 hours or so.
Cool. You
That's-
but you just don't consume anything.
I am unable to consume any biological materials.
That's just okay. Abel,
The kitty cat.
update her biology so she can eat things, or at least can taste things. That would be fun.
Perhaps we can include taste receptors, but she's designing a way to not need food for fuel.
But food's for fun sometimes.
Food's
Also,
for
she
fun.
can keep my circlet for now if we want to keep her kind of disguised. She just has to cast with it every hour or so.
I'll leave that decision up to Amanera. What she feels comfortable with.
Are you concerned with people seeing me in my normal form?
I am concerned some people might be overly curious about you.
You are the first of your kind, and there may be some attention that you may want to avoid, but again, that is.
And you could explore perhaps a form you would like. You know, you could try out a bunch of different things and see if there's anything that is pleasing to you.
It's a good idea, Judy.
She thinks for a moment, and then it's the exact same form that she took yesterday.
That's a great
Can I draw? Can I for the next hour? I don't, waste this, but can I draw like take the same drawing that I did before, but then put like a very cute little like flower in the hair?
Sure.
So next time she has a little flower.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, I think that's good. And then the only other thing I wanted to talk about is possibly telling maybe Lunaria about how I may have fucked up the Feywild. I feel like if anyone might want to know, it might be Lunaria and her sister.
Yes.
Yes, we probably should tell some high-powered mages about the decisions that led to.
Especially since they're sending people to fight the Blight, and that might be fucked up. And so,
hey, you didn't fuck up the Feywild. The Feywild was always fucked up.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. They seem like a bunch of assholes, honestly. Titania seems like an asshole. Okay. Anyway. Apparently she can hear that. I don't know if that's true.
Well, maybe not now.
I know, maybe not. I just keep making snide comments. She doesn't even hear them. So I was thinking about telling her if that's something you guys would be chill with.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
But I think we shouldn't tell a lot of people. I think we should just tell people we decide on.
So is this on the list or not on the list?
This is on the list, and then exception Lunaria and Persephone.
Okay.
I think I put on the list that like Lunaria was someone we could talk to. I'll just also throw Penelope's name on there. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go talk to some people and finish up some stuff and get ready to go.
All right, so you make your way out of the room and kind of head towards the central locations in the palace, and you get to the main foyer space where the day before they had been holding the wake for Tayo Asara. The actual funeral procession and everything is going to be in the main throne room, so they have moved the casket and everything into that space. And walking into this location, you see Amalia and Alyria both fully dressed in armor. And they're kind of conversing. And then the moment they see you, they kind of look at each other and then look back to Mar and then like look down a little bit. But they're clearly like, they've been waiting for you to arrive and just kind of like how long that this is going to take.
Were they talking about me?
Sure, go ahead, inside check.
Amalia.
16.
You get the sense that like there's clearly something about your arrival that has made them like uncomfortable in some way.
Well, now I'm uncomfortable.
I run up to Amalia. Amalia.
Jordan, it's good to see you all. You're looking. She kind of brushes your hair behind your ear. You're looking a little different.
Yeah, I'm more Fae now.
Interesting. I think we have a question for you. And Alyria kind of nods at her. Alyria for Abel, myself for Marlowe. Lunaria is trying to build a force of people to go to the Blight. I will not go if you say no. But
I look at Mark.
Oh, Josh, don't put this on
Josh.
She says,
the Alyria is for Abel too.
Yeah, she says, I clearly, I don't want to put you in a position where you feel like you might be losing, or there's a risk of losing someone that you care about in your life, considering how much you've lost. And I'm happy to stay here in the safety of Nuevia, but I also feel like my services can be better used actually in the way that I was trained to use them. And Alyria kind of looks to Abel. I mean, that's same for me.
The fact that you would think to ask me if I am comfortable with you doing this, it speaks to how generous you are. But Alyria, I know you will do what you feel is best for yourself. I like the idea of you being here to look after my family and my people. But I also know that there are people that you care about in your own country that you would want to use your skills to help. So as long as you are safe, please go with my blessing.
Well,
and keep in touch.
It wouldn't be safe, Abel. And now that you've said that, it makes me realize your mother is planning on going.
Oh, that is a conversation we must... Where's my mother now?
And so if I stay to protect your family, I feel like that may be a better choice. Your mother is probably in the tower. They were getting ready for the funeral this afternoon, and apparently there's an announcement being made or some kind of speech.
More freezes.
Abel's not paying any attention to your direction. So
I will catch up with you all later. Thank you, and I leave.
Okay.
To go find my mother.
Abel goes to the tower.
Amalia, can I tell Amalia before we go? And I want to tell you that Dad told me he's gonna fight and take all his airships to go. So
all the more reason to go to see Windsor in action, I suppose.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm like really kind of weirded out about the whole thing.
My brother fighting. What a thing.
Yeah, I guess you die and your son resurrects you and tells you to stop being shitty, and that does something.
Well, take care, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Marlo.
I just hug her.
Yeah.
And then
she whispers in your ear. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. She goes first.
She was just going to say, like, there's always, I want to hear from you every day.
Same goes for you. I'm bringing my parents. They say yes.
She squeezes you a little tighter. I can't imagine why they would say no.
So you need to go kick ass and then come back because it's been a long time.
She kind of pulls out of the hug and just takes your hands. She didn't want to tell you, but it seems like Callian and I will be fighting on the same battlefield again.
Oh boy, wow, that threw me. Why didn't she want to tell me that? I guess we left on pretty weird terms, but yeah.
I feel like she wants to give you the space to grow without checking in.
Huh. Well, I'm gonna try to be a good friend to her, because I don't think I've been one. And she's tried really hard to be a good friend to me, so I'm gonna maybe do some damage control in that. Cool.
Okay. I will stay as safe as I possibly can.
I know you will. Go kick ass at that moment there.
All right. So as the rest of you looking,
I just dropped a message in the chat.
Oh yes, and you're looking for.
I gotta go. So
I think
sorry,
we're
everybody.
good.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe we could take a 10 so Rob can pop off. And then
So we can
windows and stuff.
Yes, I sent the wrong message. Okay, yes, we can do that. Absolutely, we can take 5. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, 5.
Thank you, 5.
Thank you.
Thank you, 5.
All right, so welcome back from the break. Our Saurus had to step away for the remainder of the evening, but we'll pick up there with Abel stormed off towards the tower.
I feel like we were like, do you want to come with? Okay, goodbye.
Yeah. All right. But the rest of the ticket takers, anything that you would like to...
I'm just gonna quickly like turn to the remaining ticket takers and be like, I think Abel needs to go have a certain talk with some family members alone.
Yeah, I don't need any more mom talks. I'm all out. I'm fine to not be there.
I don't even think it's a mom talk at this point.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to talk to Lenaria while she's doing that? Or,
yes.
Yeah. Let's go find Lenaria.
Okay. Not exactly sure. I guess like you could assume that she may have guest quarters, but you're not exactly certain. So you kind of go asking around.
Where is the big hot lady? Who's magical lady?
We're the two big hot ladies.
Yeah. And one of the guards kind of directs you towards the gardens outside. So you kind of head out towards the garden space, and there is a building here that you've never noticed before, or maybe wasn't here before. And there's a couple of guards kind of outside of it, and they see you approaching, and they recognize you and kind of nod, and then one of them just kind of knocks on the door.
Cool.
Yeah, and then the door opens a moment later, and Lenaria kind of steps out, and you see behind her a very familiar space, the interior of her tower. And she kind of pulls the door closed behind her. Good morning, ticket takers. How can I help you?
Can we talk privately about something serious, maybe with your sister too?
Why, certainly. Here, and she opens the door and kind of enters into the space and beckons you to follow through.
We can go in.
All right. She waves and the door closes. And all of you find yourself in the very familiar, like, drawing sitting room space of Lenaria's tower, where you've been all before. And she kind of summons over some tea and biscuits for breakfast and pours them out for everybody. I don't know if you've eaten.
Good morning.
Yet, but good morning. Good morning. I don't know if you've eaten yet, but please partake.
Sure. I'm not gonna eat anything. I'm like nervous.
They're Northwick buns.
Shit, I'm gonna take one.
Oh wait, what flavor?
So these are, let's see.
We're gonna make a Northwick bun table.
I need to make a Northwick bun table. Okay, so these are like
I'll make a Northwick bun table. I swear to God.
Like
I'll get not sober and make a Northwick bun table.
These are like filled with like this lemony cream sauce, and then have like a raspberry drizzle along the top. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I will begrudgingly eat one even though I'm nervous.
Yeah. What? And she kind of sits back in her chair with her teacup and so what do you need to discuss?
I want to tell you something, and the thing is, it's like a really big deal for me to like tell you this. It's really personal, but I think if anyone should know about this thing, I feel like you should know about this because Mar trusts you and I trust you, and that means you're trustworthy in my eyes.
Well, that's high praise.
Yes. So, my mom is a fae, and she was living here in Nuevia and had the last portal open to the Feywild. But they wanted her to go back. And after we talked for a while, we kind of came to the conclusion that her going back for a short amount of time was the right thing to do, because there's a lot of shit happening with the Fae as well. Like, they have an internal war that's going on, and like that's really stressful, and Titania would be a good ally. So I did a lot of math, and that's how so basically I asked her, basically we closed the last portal of the Feywild. Mm-hmm.
Thereby increasing the power of the veil.
Yes.
I mean, it would be bad for the Fae to come under the sway of the veil. But
that's what I thought. It would be bad.
but it may hasten the timeline of things that are happening here.
Sure. So we need to be more careful?
Or we need to act more quickly.
Yeah, definitely. We can do that. Yeah. And after, yep. And we think we do have means to reopen it at some point, just not currently at the moment.
Well, I find that the Fae do what is ever beneficial to them. So they will reopen it when it is safe for them to do so.
Yeah, they're a bunch of assholes.
You cannot judge a Fae for behaving as in their nature.
Well, maybe they should have more empathy. I think they're going to make some changes.
That's the mortal part of you speaking.
Yeah, well...
I come from a line of elves and descended from the Fae. Indirectly, bastard children, I suppose. And even as long-lived as elves tend to be, we often still find ourselves disconnected from the shorter-lived variety of mortal. It has taken quite a while for my people to understand how the impact and effect of temporalness really shapes who many others are. And the Fae are immortal.
Yeah, even more so.
And fickle.
Well, I have some ideas for it. But anyway, I thought that you should know, especially as you were dealing with things with the blight and everything, so...
Yes. She kind of waves a hand, and the tabletop, a map kind of appears of the area of the blight. Yes, it's been several days of planning and thinking through. Since we are no longer part of the Alyrian contingent and going more as independent, trying to keep tabs of what is happening down there.
Sure. We plan to go to Azulore and then, I don't know, hopefully help with whatever you all are doing after that, I think is the general plan. Is there anything in Azulore we could be looking for that would be helpful to you?
Well, I haven't been in Azulore in over 200 years. I imagine that they have changed greatly since then, but Azulore is a place of the future, or perhaps potential futures. They are masters of divination and masters of scrying into parts of reality that the rest of us maybe don't always interact with. There are many potentials for what you could find there, but they are such a withdrawn group. I won't imagine you'll find much in the form of people willing to help, but you might find the right weapon or piece of knowledge.
All right, we'll keep our eyes open. Thank you for understanding.
At this point, we are no longer worried about judgment or concern. It is simply what pieces are on the table and how are they moving.
I hope that helps. You know how many pieces there are.
There are still so many up in the air.
Sure. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Sorry to dump that all on you.
It is one more thing. And it is all right, Jordan. Thank you.
Thank you.
How are the rest of you faring?
Kaimata?
It's just Well, I was doing some thinking. Specifically about the Feywild. And it's not like we can go back and change anything from what we've done. What's done has been done. But what assurance do we really have that they're on our side in the future?
The Fae deal in deals and favors. We did them a good turn. This is all about balances.
Who did you make the deal with?
I made the... What is the in-game answer to this, Josh? Was it my mom specifically, or did I make it with Titania? She seems like she was involved.
It was, they needed to make a deal that Titania would approve of, but it was still a deal with the mom. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I made a deal with my mom, who's Titania's handmaiden.
Then Titania may or may not see that she owes you anything. However, being on her good side could make her more amenable to forming a partnership in the future.
It's just that, from what I understand, and don't take this the wrong way, jury, but they are really fickle. And so maybe we should plan on it maybe going south in the future.
I mean, I don't plan on going south. I'm gonna have to go there, so we'll have to figure something out.
Which is, I think, the first that everyone has heard about that, except for Marlo.
Yeah, I mean, he knows the deal. Come out of this.
Oh, yeah. So that's the first that Abel's heard of it, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Abel's not there. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
so everyone in this room has heard
like...
it, yeah. Yeah. I'm most concerned about your hint that there may be a war brewing in the Fae itself.
They said the Dark Court, the Light Court, that there was something happening there.
How cliche for the Queen of Air and Darkness to go that way.
Yeah. They think they're better than us, but they're doing the same things we're doing.
Well, just because they're immortal doesn't mean they're perfect.
That is so true. In so many ways. Anyways, there's not much we can do about it now.
Of course. One more step. Moving forward is all you can do.
Sure. All right, that's everything from me.
All right. I'm sorry I'm not the normal host that I tend to be. We are planning on setting out towards the Blight late this afternoon. A lot of plans and provisions to be put in place.
Well, the Northwick buns are honestly just such a treat.
Well, take what's left of them, Kaimana, for your own journey.
Thank you.
She waves, and they are all a box appears in the air, and they're carefully put in the box and then tucked away, and then it flies over to you.
Monogrammed.
Yeah. L
Crumble.
W Lunaria Mistweaver. Here we go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go checking on. I guess we'll wait around for Abel.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you're all about to head out, Lunaria kind of just grabs your hand for a second, Marlo. Unusually quiet.
Oh boy, there's a... You know.
Yes.
I just feel like maybe if we go to Azulore and the dragon dies, then it's all my fault, and then the fate of the world is on me then on that one. So, and I know what you're saying. You're gonna be like, oh no, Mama, that's not on you. It's that's how the world get. But I'm like,
No, what I was going to say is not going and the dragon dies, then it will definitely be on you.
Yeah. Well, that. Yeah. It's scarier to try, so I'm gonna do it.
But more costly to fail.
It just feels like this dragon's got a lot of trust in me. And, we've spoken 3 times. And I don't know how I feel about that one. So I just kind of picked up a sword on accident. And then, all of a sudden, dragon's like, hey, hey, buddy, my life depends on you. So.
Well, Marlo, sometimes what you must understand is you are carrying a vestige of the gods. What makes you think you picked up that sword?
I picked up 2 of them.
What makes you think you picked up... And it's not like you picked up random ones. You picked up the brothers.
I know.
There was a reason behind it. I think the dragon might have made the right choice.
I think it's scarier if he did, though.
Why is that?
Because then that means something instead of it just being an accident. I think it'd be easier if it was just an accident or random.
I'll give you a hint and a warning. You are going to a place where they don't believe in accidents. And there's a good reason for them not to. If you find yourself in the library, be careful. I lost 3 weeks of my life there, reading potential futures.
Hey, sorry, what? What? You can just do that? You just read oh, I kind of wish you hadn't told me that one. Oh man. I mean, I'm thank you for the warning, but what?
But the key word, and I hope this is the part that may be somewhat alleviating, their potential. Because even those who believe that there is a future that can be predicted understand that once you put a person at the point of decision, anything can happen.
Okay.
And I think you might be one of those linchpins.
Yeah, maybe.
I fought a long time ago to prevent something like what I feel is brewing, and I failed. But maybe you'll be the one to succeed.
I just hug her.
She hugs back.
Yeah, and then I'll rejoin the group.
All right.
How much of that do I hear? None of it?
Did you exit the room?
I exited and I was like, I gave you a look like they're gonna talk.
Yeah, because if you exited and the door closed, they are in a different plane of existence.
Okay, yeah. They're vanished. Okay,
yeah. Jerry would have been like,
Yeah, Mara wouldn't have necessarily said all that if there were other people in the room.
And Mara would have been able to know. Yeah.
And Mara would know.
I got the vibe.
All right. So as you guys are exiting, we'll cut over to Abel storming through the tower that he grew
Roast
up in.
your mom, Abel. Roast.
Get her ass.
Yeah. And you walk into kind of the main... Now you unmuted and now it's echoing.
Well,
again.
I can't help it. It must be my ramen that's near the computer.
Yes, it's totally the ramen's fault.
It's giving off a wireless signal.
Can you mute just until you talk for a second? So you enter into the main living quarters where your dad had been kind of, the last time you spoke to your father, he was just sitting out on like a couch here. And you see your mother and he are having a conversation. She is wearing very officious garb. You can tell probably dressed for the funeral. He is wearing as well something that is very nicely put together. But clearly they've had to make some alterations to his clothing for his arm and things like that. And they see you walk in, and they turn and kind of smile at each other, and you just hear Ogon say, I told you that he would arrive within 10 minutes of finding out, I'm sure. Abel?
Okay. I won't even acknowledge that my father spoke to me. I will just... Mother, a lawyer has just informed me that you plan to leave Nuevia to fight the Blight alongside your old instructor, Lunaria. Is this true?
Yes.
I thought you would remain here to look after father and the sovereign, your sister.
Is your father a weak lamb that needs protection?
No, but he is a husband who is just gravely injured, who perhaps would like the comfort of at least one of his family members.
She kind of looks at Ogwan.
Besides that, what about your spell? Who would be here to monitor the protection and the flying spell for the island? What if updates need to be made?
Abel, I am a moment away at any point in time. If there is an emergency, I can be here within a thought.
But you're not here. Why? And what if the sovereign needs you? Vicus and his situation. Either way, Vicus is going to need someone here that we can trust to help him through learning the truth about who he is.
Well, having spoken to my sister this morning, it seems that Vicus and his mother had a very interesting conversation last night.
It's about time they had that conversation, but that is their conversation to be concerned with. Our conversation is what I want to focus on. Why are you leaving Nuevia? Don't you think that it would be best for you to stay here to make sure? The situation with the rogues, for one thing. I just told you they are trying to gain power out of Nuevia's new existence in the world.
Abel,
I thought you would stay here to handle that.
tell me the mistake that the Noavians made long ago before their city was overtaken by the Rakshasa. You studied this history long enough to know. What was the mistake that our people made?
Is this a time for a history lesson, or why can't we just talk?
Fine, Abel. It is better to fight them there than to be the last. Do you want Nuevia to be the only place that remains, so that once they have conquered all of Alyria, then they turn their full force to us? If I can stop them at the Blight, Lunaria and I are the two most powerful mages in the land. With Persephone at our side, we can do much to hold back forces that would like to see the world wiped away. And yes, we are safe now, and Nuevia flies. But one day when the entire world is enveloped in shadow and we are the only beacon of light that exists, you do not think the same thing will happen to us now that happened to us 200 years ago? When we turned away from the rest of the people in our continent and locked ourselves away behind a barrier and watched as each one of them was taken and pulled aside, but we wanted to be safe. And then they came for us. And there was no one else to fight.
That's just it, Mother. We are not safe. We've been in this fight this entire time, and we cannot even be sure who to trust. Yakuzi? We thought we had loose allies in the nobility, the Curiregis, who sat next to the king and helped make decisions, and they were plotting against us the entire time. Persephone, we have no idea. As far as I know, this is the first time she has been seen in, 100 years or so?
Yes.
How do you know that these people that you are going to fight with, you can trust? At least here, we have a fortified position that you can help keep safe. Why don't you just stay?
The final fortification in the world still falls. I promise you, Abel, I am not going to be swinging a sword at the front lines of any battles. My entire goal here is to provide support from a safe distance. And the moment that we find ourselves in a position of danger, I have no intention of staying and fighting to the death. She touches her necklace. Wherever your father... Can you mute for a second, Ronnie? Wherever your father is, I can be there in a moment, in a heartbeat. And I will only be a heartbeat away from him at any time.
When do you plan on leaving?
After the funeral.
I won't be able to talk you out of going.
We have After the funeral, we are going to be making an announcement.
What announcement?
The spell that I cast here has disrupted some of the magics that were already being supported by the crystal. And I think you know what that may mean.
So the common people will begin to remember that you and our sovereign are sisters.
And that I was once their sovereign.
Turn down the position to lead them.
I think that part of the reason why it is a good idea for me to leave is that the people do not, with their new memories, see me in a position. I would love them to see my sister there.
Is that why you're leaving?
No.
To atone from turning your back on the position? Or to make sure your sister's hold on the seat is not challenged? She's led us well. I don't think the people will... I would hope the people would not be so fickle.
Abel, if I had done something to you when you were small and stolen some part of your mind from you, would you want to see me around?
You'll have to come home eventually.
Of course, when emotion and time has passed. And people have better heads on their shoulders and have had time to grapple with the reasons and the purposes behind our choices.
Are you going to tell the people about Vicus?
No.
Okay, good. You will have it hard enough.
He deserves to have a life of his choosing.
So what will the announcement be exactly?
That the law prevented us from going against the line of secession. But with the interest of making Nuevia stronger, and with my own innate magical abilities taking shape and hold, that it made more sense for me to follow the dreams of becoming a great mage. And in a moment of youthful expression of power, I changed the very nature of understanding to save myself from a path of not my own choice. I am taking the blame for what happened. And I know that was your great fear. But I would rather the people of Nuevia hate me instead of all of us.
I think the people would be crazy not to have sympathy for your situation. And I just hope that they come to realize you did what was best for everyone involved.
If you have come around, then it means that the rest of the people may have a better shot.
I don't think I'm that hard-headed.
You're just like your father. And Ogon says, I'm sitting right here.
I have one more question.
Of course.
Alyria just asked me if I would want her to stay behind.
I told her that was not a good idea.
I know. A selfish part of me does. But I know if I guilt her into staying, she would never forgive me. Keeping her away from this fight, trying to keep our people safe. So if she's going to go with you, just watch each other's backs.
I will keep a very close eye.
Her magic is different from yours, where she may be on the front lines, so...
I already told Jaren he could not come.
That is a decision completely for him to make. I don't know why you...
No, he needs to stay here with your father. Your father needs help. He's a good assistant. And I am the one teleporting us to the front lines, and I will refuse his admission to the teleportation circle.
Well, father does need a new assistant, and Jaren is quite capable.
Are you going to give your dad his gift?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I know.
Speaking of Jaren, he and Alyria helped me to make a couple of things for you, Father. And I assume last night...
Well, you didn't finish the eye, but you did finish the arm.
Oh, we did finish the arm?
Yes.
All right, cool. So I'll present him with the arm, and for the sake of time, I don't want to take it. I will show him the blueprints of perhaps by the time I return, we can finish this next project for you. So I'll give him the arm and just show him the blueprints we wrote down for the eye.
He puts the arm on and focuses for a moment, and you see as he attunes to it how it grafts into his skin, and then he is able to move his fingers. So it's quite impressive, Abel.
Well, it's a little bit of my handiwork and Alyria and Jaren, so...
Well, feels like I could lift a hammer, Abel. Do you think I should go to the front lines?
If you want me to lose my mind, then you go right ahead, please.
No,
There's less of them to get hit now.
Oh, not even here, but he feels that barb. He says, no, I understand my own mortal limitations. And someone needs to be here to keep the ship afloat, as it were.
I'm sure you'll keep everything functioning as it should. I assume with the council seat empty and the realization that a slod set on the council for so long, the sovereign will have some issues keeping the chaos from spreading.
Yes.
So hopefully you'll be able to help with that as well.
Well, I imagine that some things will be changing soon, but perhaps it is time.
Perhaps. Well, since I dramatically stormed away from my friends, I guess I should head back and...
Before you finish the sentence, your mother has grabbed you and pulled you into a hug.
Oh, of course I hug her back.
I feel like I keep asking you to do
family
this
hug.
for me, Abel, but please forgive your mother's choices.
I can forgive the choices. It's just the secrecy for so long that's been such a problem. But I can understand the reasoning. And we all keep our secrets for various reasons.
Yes. Well, your father hugs you as well. Stay safe. I don't know what that was. Stay safe.
Okay. When will this announcement be made? Where will it
This
be?
afternoon.
So what?
This afternoon. I told Marlo that it would be better for you not to be here when it was made.
Why would that be an issue?
You have a tendency to go a little hot on the head.
I think
Especially, Abel, when you realize what this all means for you.
what exactly would it mean for me?
Abel, the people will remember that I am the right leader.
But you gave the throne to someone else.
Not technically legally.
Well, you could.
There will be some who see you as the heir.
But if you are the sovereign and you make a decree, and with the blessing of the council, how could they question?
Well,
I guess wishful thinking, perhaps, but
Vicus will no longer be on the table as an heir. So some will be looking for who will be taking the reins. And there will be some monarchists who will lean to you. And I do not want that pressure on you soon or ever if it is not what you want.
I've gone a long time trying to build my own way in the world and not rely on simply who my parents are. That is a heavy burden that I never saw myself having to bear.
Then go sail the seas and do not bear it for as long as you can.
Wow. Okay. I think it would be best if I weren't here then. I will make my leave.
Right. They give you another hug and send you on your way. All right. So as you all reconvene, anything that you're all doing before you hop a ship?
I want to drop this list off. Like, here's
Okay.
everyone we want to come here, and then
Okay.
I ask Mar if I need to message.
No, I don't. No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, I go with you and I hand over a piece of paper and a pen.
Okay. Yeah, so you hand over a piece of paper package, the list. They say will not be a problem.
Perfect. Awesome. I think that's good. I feel like we should all say goodbye to Alyria and everyone and head out.
Okay. So Alyria and Jaren and Anzel and Bolton and Amalia, all walk with you as you make your way to the something ticket this way comes. They kind of climb up the aerodrome with you to the walkway, and up from this height, looking out at the distance of Nuevia, the city beneath you, already the evidence of reconstruction occurring, scaffolding rising up in places, the fires that had been burning now put out. The far distant slight clouds drifting along the lower area of the island, and beneath that, leagues and leagues away, the glimmering ocean far below. It's easy to see the change and transformation that has occurred in this space in just a short amount of time, and your hands within that. And as you board the ship here with these people who all love you and want your safety and understand the importance of the journey that you are taking, Amalia gives you a huge hug, Marlo and Jury. Alora kisses your cheek, Abel, tells you to stay safe. Jaren gives you a hug, kind of nuzzles into your neck a little bit. Be good out there. Keep yourself alive.
I'll be fine. Just try to keep up with my father, huh?
Yeah, he kind of looks you in the eyes and says, I think that you will outpace him. He's moving a little slower these days. And then he kind of nods and backs away. And you each board the ship?
Yeah, I'll tell Jaren that Naira is gonna come here too.
Oh, and Zell
Your
does
friend.
Marlo and Zell like high five. And then she hugs you.
Yeah, like error 404, like what? Then,
Get it,
yeah,
Marlo.
and then just a big hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bolton comes forward. Save your spell slots, Jury. They might come in handy. Out there.
Well, I suppose I'm gonna have to be sending to you more often now, unfortunately. That is if you stay alive.
Oh, I
Careful
plan on
that.
staying right here. I am going to be very safe.
All right, take care of my friend when he comes here.
Yes. And Zell and Alora, keep a chab on them.
I do my best. I don't think anyone's capable of that.
Well, your best has gotten you out of every single problem that you've ever gotten yourself into.
Thanks. Means a lot.
Mm-hmm. He nods.
I give him a hug.
He 404 errors.
Stiff.
Yeah.
You don't have to be awkward. We're like friends.
He hugs you back. Is that what they call it?
What does that mean?
Bye, Juridan.
Roll inside of my game. I understand this. As we're going, I got a 21. What does that mean?
It sounds like he's just saying you're friends.
God damn it. All right, don't die. Bye.
All right. The rats have kept the ship ready to go. So the moment you give the order to Alimbic, Kaimana, it is ready to take off.
Set sail, Alimbic.
All right. Pull in the gangplank. Starboard side, gang, other port side. I don't know the directions still. Kaimana.
There's only one out. They know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Mortar comes up and lifts the gangplank and throws it over her shoulder. And then...
I forgot. Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, crap.
Too late. We're pulling away. You should have thought of it earlier. Bye.
Okay. Abel will activate his jetpack, jump off the side of the ship, fly down.
Amazing.
And I'm going to hand Jiren the other little jetpack that I had. I forgot to give to him.
Oh my god.
The gayest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Kiss him.
As we
Yeah, like you kiss him. If you give me the jetpack, kiss him, you loser.
I'll give him a little peck.
Jaren throws the jetpack on and then like boosts after you and grabs you in the air and gives you a kiss. And then, hold on, let's see.
That's
no.
the one that's
Oh,
not
no.
like.
No, and then shoots straight up in the air after the kiss and doesn't have control anymore. And then as you fly back to the ship, and as the ticket takers set off away from Nuevia towards the distant climes of Azulore, that's where we'll pick up next time.
I hug Abel and I'm like, it's a lot better than Blueprints, isn't it?
He feels really good at talking about blueprints.
God damn it.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Chase yelling at
Yes.
That Mark wouldn't, but Jace went. Jace, that whole conversation.
Jury
Me and
actually
Ace were
was
kiss
yelling at
and
you.
kiss and kiss.
I know. I was like, I'm not gonna do it, but if Abel does it, then that's
And the
fine.
jury was legitimately yelling at
And you
you,
also
so.
did this thing where like your conversation was over and you were like, Ronnie, you were like, and then we were like, oh, he's doing it. And then you were like, oh, and also something super important. And I was like, damn it.
So
Yeah, like you forgot your sweater.
Jeff
It really
off
was-
is
yeah.
way
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
The gays always jump off the ship. That's what we do.
Oh,
dramatic
I
way.
would die for art of those two kissing with the jetpacks.
Oh,
That's
I gotta
Yes.
do it.
Yes. And I assume you brought Omanira with you, correct?
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay, cool. She's on the deck with you.
Yeah,
as well.
sure.
Yeah. All right, but that brings us our third arc to a close.
I'm the worst at managing stuff in D&D. I like the fact that you gave me a whole second character.
Yeah, Amanir has my
Sorry, you're an artificer. What do you want?
I'm barely
Amanir-
of a Nazi. Just like always assume he's in my robes because I don't know where that guy
Amanir
is
has
at the
my
time.
hat of disguise if you want to put it in her inventory.
You can
So-
you can have it back now. She won't need it now.
Okay, while we're on the ship. True.
Yeah.
But whenever we're out, we can just kind of assume that
Okay. Yeah.
I may hand it to her
That's
an hour
fair.
before we do anything.
Sounds
Or
cool.
I think those scholars in Azulore would lose their fucking minds over Alyria.
Yeah, they would.
And like maybe not a cool way.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
me